In this film, I got invited to go down to Lake Cunningham in the lower elevations to go do some bass fishing. What I found was when I got down to those lower elevations, they were just starting to get really into their fall pattern. Kind of like the tail end of the transition from the late summer to the transition into the fall. So the fish early in the mornings were revved up and they were moving up the creeks, using cover to ambush fish, but they were moving in. As soon as the sun got up, it was just like they got cut off. We found bass on the very bottom in the deep water. They weren't very much at the towards the main points, out in the main part of the lake. They were just going up the creek channels, which is a good indicator that the fall pattern, they were already in it. Higher elevations, they're already deep into it, so the fish are really revved up for wintertime, trying to fatten up. So in this film, you'll see the topwater bite was really, really good in the mornings, and it seemed like that was all I could get them on. Greg, my buddy Greg, he got some later in the day using a rig and spinnerbait. So we tried things here and there, but it seemed like they were in the midday that they were on a hard structure. So something that can get into cover, such as a spinnerbait, stuff like that, maybe a crankbait, which I had no luck on. I tried it, so it seemed like the early morning bite was really good. I used a walking bait, which was an evergreen. I think it's a 115 SB 115, I think. But I used a ghost color, and man, they were just hammering it. Greg was throwing buzz baits. I started out throwing a frog, but the walking bait was where it was at. And I have a feeling it was because when they ambush fish, they get them schooled up like that, and then they start injuring fish when they start getting into them. They usually come up to the surface and they'll pick off the weak ones. And I had a feeling that's why they were hitting the walking baits. So in the video, you'll see some of these things that I'm talking about now playing out.
Oh shit!
those river to sea spinnerbaits, Scott? They're really good. I got a good one.
That's decent.